I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Any changes to the agenda? No. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the agenda dated August 19th.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Public input, Jerry.
Okay, good morning again. Current
Morning.
inmate count is at 48. Current number of males is 46. Current number of females is 2. Current number being held for district court is 37. And current number being held for municipal court is 11. And total arrests for the week was 16. Thursday night, we had the first responders night. We had a huge crowd. It was a lot of fun. So a lot of people showed up, and you two gentlemen there. So it was a good time. With me here is one of our, we got another one coming, but one of our newest correctional officers, Christian Larson Clemens. He's actually my neighbor too. So he's a McPherson High School grad. He also was on the wrestling team, and his mother is an EMT. So I just want to welcome, you go by Larson or Christian? Layson? Layson. He goes by his middle name. So this is our newest correctional officer.
Yeah. Welcome,
Yeah,
Mayor.
welcome. Be safe.
Yes.
Thank you.
Looks like you have a few things in common with Jerry too. So,
At least a couple.
Yep.
Anyway, I think I'll have another one coming maybe next week. And I think that'll, I'll have to check, but I know I got another one more coming.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Thank you, folks.
Have a good week.
Take care.
Layson, can you spell your name for me? Olyson. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Public input? Let's go ahead and approve the minutes from last week.
I didn't have any questions.
I
I didn't have any changes.
Look good.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we would approve the minutes dated August 12th, 2024 as presented.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, we have John Kinsey, Planning, Zoning, Environment Administrator.
Morning, John.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Just here because we have 3 board members for the planning board that will be up for reappointment for this year. Or actually for January 1. And there's one for each of you. So Chairman Becker, you have a Glenda Taylor. Mr. Odell, you have Lloyd Bauer, and Mr. Keiser, you have Kathy Nicholson. So I don't know what the process is. I think you just have to read that into the minute to reappoint them. They would all go through the end of 2027.
Okay, can we have a motion on all 3 of these, please?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the reappointment of Glenda, Lori, and Kathy to the Planning and Zoning Board.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. And just so that you know, next year there'll be 2 board members that will be at their term limit. So they'll be coming off unless we change the resolution for that. So, but they'll be at the end of their 3rd 3-year term.
Okay.
All right. I have
Very good.
nothing else.
Nothing else. Okay.
No,
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
John.
you're
John.
welcome.
Okay, we have Holly Milroy, County Clerk.
Morning, Holly.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right. Gotta get some organization here. Just made packets. I got a ruler for you.
Oh, wow, what do we use a ruler on?
Well, there's a lot of lines, so. All right, we have 19,077 voters. 2,532 voted. That is only 14%. If you have ideas on how to get this more education out to the people as to what the primary does for especially your local people. McPherson County is not going to make a dent for national or state races, but we sure do need the participation in the primaries.
Don't you see that percentage going up in November, though?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah,
How have we been in primaries in the past?
always low, but it's normally about 30%.
Okay.
So I'm kind of surprised that
Got cut in half.
Mhm.
So how do we compare with other counties? Do you know?
It's about the same.
About the same.
Mhm. Yeah, the state said that the primary was way lower than they anticipated. We've had a lot of questions about write-ins and why did some have it and why didn't some have it? And the answer is the Secretary of State told us that there were no blank write-in lines unless there was no candidate for the big races like but people also don't understand that it goes by political party. So I had two commissioners that were running on one ticket, but the other party, the Democrat side, didn't have anybody. So they got wrote in there, which was fine, but that doesn't count because it's not your party. I did start with the precinct committee as far as who won, who put their name in, and then, oh, I probably ought to. This. Your packet is actually. These are all the write-ins. These are all the winners.
Oh, my name's on there.
Yes, it is.
Which one are you looking at?
Somebody wrote me in.
Probably is.
Okay, so these are two separate pieces.
I'll get a copy later.
So these,
They're the write-ins.
yes.
Yep.
So. People are very concerned about the write-ins, especially when they're on the ballot for something. They're totally afraid that somebody's going to get written in, which is a harder campaign to run for sure. But we tried to keep it so that you could see exactly who got written in, how many votes they got written in, and who actually won. Are there questions about the precinct committee?
No, and a lot of these only have one vote, so
Mhm.
they could be writing their own name in, is what they could be doing.
Mhm. Yeah. Precinct committee is elected in August, so they will not be on the November ballot. So. You're done with the precinct committee? I will be.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Thanks
Is
for that,
is this
Rick.
public information? I mean, anybody could come and,
Gotcha.
okay,
That's the one that needs to be signed.
okay, well, we'll need a motion. Are you ready for a motion then?
You want to save them all till the last and we can go over all of them?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. The next one we have is the township. And the township write-ins. And some of those did win by write-in. I send out pages to all of the people, everybody that's on a township board. And I tell them it's time to run again. And some just ignore my letter, I guess, because they always win by write-in, or they just don't want to sign. Castle Township had a write-in for Janie Bailey on the Republican side. She's unaffiliated, so she did not get that vote. She did not want to affiliate to be able to be on a specific ballot, but she will be on the ballot for November. I have to have everything. Precinct committee have to have 5 votes to be able to get on or win the seat. But township boards only have to have 3.
And that's a state regulation.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's amazing how some townships you get 3 votes, and then you look at some of them, get up to 140 some votes,
Just depends on how big it is.
175 even one here.
Yep. As you can tell by that sheet, McPherson County is prominently Republican.
Yeah.
There were a lot more write-in lines on the Democrat ballot because we just didn't have the candidates that signed up to do it.
Any questions for Holly? That's just real interesting. What else you have, Holly?
The last one goes to the bigger races. It's got the national, the state, the county, all the way down. You look at the sign-in sheet. I tried to break it down just a little bit, but like US Representative First District had no write-ins. And the reason was because they had a Republican and a Democrat on there. Then we go into 14th District Senate, and we had a candidate on the Republican side, just not on the Democratic side. Then you get into the state reps, and we had a Republican and a Democrat. Now, Lynchburg went a little crazy with their write-ins on the Democratic side, but they are prominently Democrat, so I wasn't really surprised, but some just don't have write-ins at all.
You have a sheet for that? I know.
Yeah, you do.
Lynchburg.
On the state offices.
Here's your state US rep, first district, 14th district.
Okay, I see what you're saying, yeah. There's not very many there.
Third, yeah. Then your write-ins are here. Okay.
That's just the township.
That's your, this is your regular.
Okay,
That's a-
this right here.
write-ins, yes.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you.
These are not easy to keep
Yeah.
straight. Are there questions on those?
No, I don't. Yeah.
And sometimes there's write-ins on the, because we tally it up and put, and we have a precinct by precinct. That's why it's broke down the way it is on that sheet, because that's how we have to turn it into the state. if you look at that and see that there are write-ins there's 2 write-ins, but you don't see it on the sheets, it's because somebody just filled in the write-in oval, but didn't write anybody in.
They just shaded that mark.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna put an extra copy over here like that. if anybody see it. Go through it, discuss it.
So what do you do if somebody writes in like Mickey Mouse or something like that? Does that,
I have to make sure that all of these people are even in our county, that we have somebody that could potentially be there. We had 4 written in for a certain, I can't remember which race it was in Lindsborg. And 2 of them didn't even live in that ward. So, I mean, their names got written in because it was a write-in. But had they had enough votes to be able to fill the seat, they would have either had to move into that ward or not take the position because,
so would have they given them then the opportunity to move into that ward?
sure.
They would have. That's interesting. Okay, did you have anything, Dave, or did you have any questions? Okay, then we just need a motion to
Mr.
approve.
Chairman, I move that we approve the canvass of the votes of August 6th, 2024 primary election.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. You're welcome, Tom. You didn't get enough.
You want these copies back?
Yes.
you, Holly.
please. We will have all this posted on our Facebook page and our website later.
Very good.
Oh, you can have it mine in case somebody wants coming. You and your loader, Dave kept it.
Put your rulers back.
You can keep the rulers actually if it would help for later.
Might need them here later.
Okay. Happy to leave them here and I don't have to worry about bringing them back.
No, no, you don't.
There's one more.
Give something, take the back there.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Holly.
Have a great day.
We'll see you in November again.
Yes, you will.
Okay, we have Tom Kramer, Public Works Director.
Morning, Tom.
Good morning.
Morning.
Got one item this morning, had a request from New Gotland Township to pass a resolution to make the 13th Avenue from Pioneer Road to Pueblo Road a minimum maintenance road. I included a copy of the resolution, which we still have to have a public hearing on it, and then a copy of the statute that gives all the requirements on a minimum maintenance road. So
You
as
know
you
what?
understand that there's certain statutes that you have to pass a resolution on to in order to make it legal. And speed limits, stop signs, yield signs, and minimum maintenance roads.
So how's the public notified of this hearing?
We'll put an ad in the newspaper.
Okay.
Has to run
Any-
1
Any
week.
notice sent to property owners?
If you require that, then the township would contact the neighbors.
No, nobody lives on this road, is that correct?
That's correct. In my opinion, the road probably should be closed.
Are there any bridges that are an issue at this time?
Well, and that's part of the problem on the road. There was a bridge down there, and a lot of years ago, we had to take that bridge out. And there's kind of a low water crossing in there, and that's a little bit more hazardous now. But that was the recommendations from the Board of County Commissioners. And we didn't close the road. The problem's not going to go away.
So I guess my other question is, if somebody's farming entrances, are there any farming entrances that they need to get into on this?
I think for the majority of it, same landowner on both sides.
Okay,
And I don't think there's any farming in there. I think it's all pasture. There may be some on either end, but you can close a good portion of it. But
okay. So do you know what the resolution number for that is, Abby?
Yeah.
10?
Yeah.
Okay, any more questions? I guess
I'd like to see that the property owners are notified
Prior to the hearing or prior to this?
that there's going to be a hearing.
Mhm.
well, you want to
But
give it a week's time and have them all notified?
Well, all we're doing is doing a resolution. As I understand it, there's still going to be, whereas at the conclusion of a public hearing, the said Board of County Commissioners shall determine what road or roads described in such resolution are be declared. So is it coming back to us after the public hearing?
well, when you actually ratify it or deny it, you have that public hearing that day. So if you say 2 weeks from today at the Board of County Commissioner meeting, you're going to have a public hearing. If the public shows up, and then after that hearing, it's kind of like you do planning and zoning stuff.
So they wouldn't pass the resolution after the public hearing.
Correct.
Okay,
So we would advertise, we would put this in the newspaper, and if the township needs to touch bases with the landowners, then you can give the time to do
could we
that.
leave that up to the township board members to,
That's
give-
what you typically do.
okay,
Yeah.
I think that would be.
Good.
And then I think the next question is, how big an area do you want to notify? Because it's on the backside of the country club up there.
Kathy, how do you feel about that?
Well, I guess my next question to Tom would be, why don't we move closer? I mean, is that? Although that'd be tough to close out. I just think the immediate landowners,
Okay.
you
Neighboring.
know, Lenny Miller's the one that owns the patch on both sides of that road. And then, a few that are right there on the corner of 13th and Pioneer, that no one's gonna care about that.
Yeah, and it's still a minimum maintenance. They can still get through if they have to.
Right, still be minimum.
So-
The only one that I'm aware of that uses that road for farm is Lenny, so he can haul his hay. He doesn't have to go around the mile section, he likes
Okay.
it. He's been dealing with that for 100 years.
Yeah.
so.
You feel
It
comfortable?
won't affect him. My other question to Tom will be, I know we had a discussion about what the township's requirements are once we designate it minimum maintenance. Is that still hold?
Yes. You put the signs up after they pass the resolution. You got 10 days to get the signs up. And then, when it needs maintenance, you have to maintain it.
Do we still maintain it? But we-
Correct. It's
We
less.
don't have to make it be a road.
Correct. And in that, within the statute, the liability for claims of anybody that's been down there and then has a wreck or what have you is, it eliminates that.
Right.
But the
You're exempt
township,
from liability.
the townships requested the minimum maintenance, not for it to be closed.
You're just.
Correct.
Yes,
Travel around this,
Mm-hmm.
you're right.
which may have been up in the past, those signs that fallen. So I don't know how the township relieves itself of liability when they're constantly stolen. Now, I guess if there's a resolution on the books,
You just got to keep the signs up, even if they're stolen. So I run into the same issues out on the county public road, so.
Okay, so really, do we need any action at all on this? We
Well,
just,
you probably should have a time of when you want the public hearing.
okay,
Well, I think
A date.
I think you guys have to be in agreement with it to move me forward. And then I will get it in the newspaper and
and put up a hearing date.
correct.
Okay,
And it's going to take,
And then you'll do a resolution, pass the resolution at that,
okay.
if you choose to do it then.
Well, I think whatever the township, I mean, obviously, I think they would know what they want here. So, okay, so we just need a motion to go ahead and set a date
and a time.
of the hearing on this.
Probably, it wouldn't. Is everyone going to be here on the 16th? Of September? It just, sometimes it takes a little time to get things in the paper.
September 16th,
Yeah.
16th, is that what you said?
Yeah, and
At
do we have to
9.
set a time too? Like,
Probably should, so people.
let's make that early enough, so make it 9:15 or something.
9:10, first
9:10,
agenda item.
yeah.
I don't know how you want that motion to read, but I would move that we would set the public hearing for September 16th at 9:10 a.m. at this location.
And this would be for the minimum maintenance road on 13th Avenue,
From Pioneer Road to Pueblo Road.
right?
There you go.
We have a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Tom.
Okay, let's go ahead and approve checks, claims, and payroll. Think some.
We've got some, do we have some old items that are on
Yes.
this?
Yeah.
Jeff, is there a way to get the old items off of our list?
Yes.
Are they agendas and minutes or are they just random?
They're just kind of random. They're not all in same order.
Can some of them be deleted or do you want them all put somewhere else?
Or
Like
whatever's,
notified?
wherever the accounts payable have gone in the past.
Yeah.
They've just.
Oh, I'm sorry,
gone.
we're talking about accounts.
Accounts payable, they're
Yes,
just gone
accounts
after
payable.
after that week in the new one.
They're just gone.
They're just gone.
Yeah, we just need to clean it up a little bit.
So you want them just to be deleted out of it? Because I can do it. I do it with the ads and B.
Or do we want to keep at least last payroll in there yet, just to check on something, or you just want to delete everything?
I mean, you can keep them all because you or Stetson can set up a separate file, right? Just
However, we've been doing it. It's
just been taken off
Okay.
and the new ones are put on.
That's, I mean, that's fine with me. However you guys want to do it, as long as it's clean when we go to look at this file.
Okay, any, any questions?
On page of accounts payable, page 445,
What page?
page 445.
Okay,
2024 delinquent real estate publication run for 3 times,
Yes,
$8,856.54.
true.
Wow.
You might want to consider, there's that free paper that I've noticed, that you can pick up. I've noticed some of the townships down in Harvey and down south are using that paper to publish, so we might want to get a quote. I think the same bill for 3 times last year was around 6,000, so they went up that much in basically.
So this column software PBC, is that,
That's just the billing company.
oh, that's the billing. Oh, okay.
But I believe last year, that bill was around 6,500, so that's the increase.
so would you have to make that your primary newspaper for the county?
Well,
If you
could
did
either
that?
make it- We could find out, we could visit with Bean, either make it the primary one, or for some of these larger items, just say these items will be posted in.
So does that include the Sentinel cost then too?
That is the sentence.
That is
That
a
is the
sentence.
They're
sentence.
just the
Okay.
billing.
That
company.
That's who the Sentinel uses.
But that's quite a list too that
Oh,
you're
yeah.
putting in there.
Yeah, that is.
But we
Okay,
might get a bid from the other one, and see what it was.
See where it comes out.
What, did you have anything else, Dave?
on page. Let me look here. Page 22. Yeah, the coroner services on page 22,
Those,
Harvey County Administrative Offices, 9,737.
that's for the quarter. We
Quarter.
pay. Yes.
Okay.
You pay half the cost of the coroner bill every quarter, annually, whatever you want to call it. And then you also pay for half the cost of a half-time secretary to manage.
Yeah. And the last one I had is on page 28. And now that I'm reading it, I think I know the answer, but I'll go ahead and ask it. United Rotary Brush Corporation.
That,
That's those brushes.
or that Tom had approved for their
Broom.
improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, when I was first looking at it, it kind of struck me odd, so. Oh, I see what I did. Ha, I looked along line. I went right above, it said weather stripping, and I go, oh, but that's.
Did you
Okay.
have anything to?
No, believe so.
I had a few, but I asked Rick about them earlier. On page 25, I think you're aware, and also I think with Inman, we have an agreement, Mountain Ridge, we had a agreement for
Right.
17,000, and that's to maintain their part of Main Street there. Is
Yes.
that correct? And then also, I think we had Inman, is that
Inman
correct?
also.
Yeah.
Right above it.
Rather than the county maintain those roads going through their cities, they've elected to take a share of what it would cost the county to maintain those roads. And we make an annual payment to them, and then they take care of the roads themselves at their own discretion.
So does Marquette.
No, they're the
Galloway.
only two. They're the only two that have elected that option.
Then on page 43, that Caw Valley, that's all to do with the big ditch east of Inman. There's 14,000 total we spent there. Caw Valley Engineering, so.
For
Okay.
inspection services.
Okay, if there's no more questions, I think we had some check voids also included.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we approve void checks. For Mary Bailey and Mildred Hubinet. And witness checks. And that includes the reissue to those 2 void checks. witness check again on August 16th. And accounts payable. And payroll.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. This was only one on here, Dave. That's on those voided checks. That is it. Okay, we did have some adds and abates.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the adds and abates.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, let's drop down to the Class A club license for McPherson Country Club. Just need a motion for the chairman to sign.
Mr. Chairman, I move that approve your signature on the Class A club license number 2025-1 for the McPherson Country Club for year beginning October 3rd, 2024.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, I think the only thing we have left is personnel.
Chairman, I request 15 minutes in executive session, non-elected personnel to include myself.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, we're out of executive session. No action was taken. I think that concludes our meeting. So
No events this week that we need to.
Oh, you guys got an LED, is that this week?
yes, we'll need to recess till tomorrow at 11
11.
o'clock at Groveland for an LEPC meeting or a tour.
I would move that for the recess to the LEPC meeting 11 a.m. in Groveland, Kansas.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries.